and excited about some of the guys, the all-conference stuff. We've been out recruiting, which has been, I think, okay. Battling. I think recruits are starting as all the changes with commitments and who's committed and not. So battling out. We've got one more active week of recruiting. Last week with our team coming off Purdue, we had a long run, a lot of physical ball. Kids played really, really hard. So we really took a lot of the veterans, gave them the opportunity, I think, to just kind of physically get fresh. Not do some things young guys. We lifted a few days, and we went out Friday and Saturday and tied it into our recruiting weekend, and then went out this afternoon, really still giving kids, the seniors like Mangieri's and Shaw's and Sudfeld, just some sweats and standing around, and guys that played a lot, like John Crawford, the freshman, and Ricky Jones. Just, you know, we try not to overwork those guys. We've had a few practices, but there's more. I love practicing like we're going to, it's young, it's kind of good. So, like I say, we're in the middle of recruiting. We've got another week of that. We'll do the same thing next week. Then we transition to final exam week, and it gets going into the game deal. And I appreciate you being here. It's great that we got these guys to the bowl opportunity and now a chance to go to Pinstripe. I think our administration worked very, very hard with many options. I think at the end of the day, with what was presented with the fan base and Big Ten ties into the Northeast region now with Rutgers and Maryland and the Penn State presence, I think it's great for us to be there. We've got a strong alumni base there. It is over the Christmas holiday. It will be probably a little bit more expensive than some other venues, but chance playing Yankee Stadium, being a sports, I wouldn't say I'm the biggest baseball guy ever, but I know the first time I went to Wrigley Field, I almost started crying. Hey, Lou Gehrig played out here. Babe Ruth, it's the same deal. That chance they got a new stadium, I guess. It's not the same field, but still, it's kind of neat to play in one of the great cities. It's kind of going to be neat to play in a great venue. I think we'll get, some good TV time. I think we've been a good TV draw. We've got great alumni base. I hope our fans will, ride with us and show up in a good way. And like I say, the chance to play an outstanding team in Duke. I think this is their fourth bowl team. I haven't really done much on them yet, but I think it's. I was down at the Peach Bowl 2 years ago, or whatever it's called now, Chick-fil-A, whatever it is, when they were playing Texas A&M. So Coach Cutcliffe's done a phenomenal job. And we've studied them from afar and the way they've developed their program. And I know Coach Cutcliffe from all the way back from being coordinator days at Tennessee and the 90s. So he's a great coach. He's done a great job. So it's neat to play a strong team. And I know they've got strong East Coast ties. I think it matches up to be a good game. We look forward to the preparation and more than anything, a chance to keep getting our program better. So excited about that. Questions?
You won the Purdue game you talked about. One of the things you really hope was just wherever you went, wherever you played, you got, I guess, a Power 5 opponent. And I don't think it was really likely you were going to get one, but you feel like you got, I guess, you talked about a little bit the kind of match that you were hoping for.
Yeah, and those are always hard because you don't control that. But sometimes we're playing teams that cosmetically are going to be very, very hard to win, but then when you do, it doesn't look good because everybody assumes you're going to. And there's a lot of teams that quote are not at that Power 5 level that are very, very good and are tough. I mean, shoot, I got stuck playing Boise one day in the Fiesta. It was a tough matchup on the wrong end of the ledger. So anytime you're playing someone in a bowl game, you're playing a good team, you're playing a winning team. They've got winning traits. So it's always going to be good competition, but I think for our chance to just have, you're playing a team like Duke, it's going to have good selling brands. Some Southeast branding to it, it's got East Coast branding, it's going to draw TVs, it's going to draw recruits, and so then you're going to the city. When I asked the guys on Monday, I said, hey, here are some scenarios. How many of you have been to New York City? And I think about 20 of our kids raised their hands. And so a chance to, we're going to stay, I think, about 2 blocks off of Central Park, at a big location. We're not going on vacation, but it will be nice to get them into one of the great cities of the world and then represent. Again, great institution with a great alumni base up there. So it's going to be a lot of fun. And like I said, I'm really excited to play Duke.
I know you just got that from 30, but is the team strike is hungry in its first win, chance for the first winning season since 27, first bowl win since 91. You guys think you'll win? Talk to them about that kind of stuff?
Not yet, really, because we've been, we hadn't had a lot. We didn't know what was going on. Said, hey, here's just the process of what we're going to try to do to get better this week. Some of you guys we're going to try to rush you. and take advantage of it. And some of you guys need rehab. Some of you guys need some academic work. I mean, we had many different avenues of what was going on. So, we just took, each one, like today, I gave the veterans the option of you can practice or not practice. Get what you need. Because some of the guys wanted to do something. They felt they were doing too little. Everybody's a little different. Some guys are beat up more than others. And so we're kind of trying to, we went through yesterday, hey, if we were fortunate enough to land in the pinstripe, which looked like it was going that way, here's my thought with some bowl scheduling. As veteran players, you guys like these practice days, and here's how we're doing it. So we just try to keep selling ownership to the team, and just we're trying to facilitate an environment that the players are getting what they want so they can maximize their development and their experience. That's been the gist of this week, and that'll be next week. Now, when we come out of the exams, we'll get a little bit more into the opponent and the bowl game. Right now, it's been in the get your bodies right. That means young guys are lifting, medical guys are treatment. Everybody's hitting the books as hard as we can academically. And so it's been a little bit more of just, that we talk a lot about constant improvement. We just want to make sure we continue to try to improve.
Kevin, you mentioned obviously full experience in Oklahoma and other places. What's the key to preparation so that you go there, you're fully prepared?
Every year, every team, and every scenario is going to be different. So what are you trying to, get accomplished just with your program, let alone game playing, all that. You can overdo things, you can underdo things. I have a lot of respect and appreciation and admiration for Coach Chapman. But I never like to play 13 because you want to win 13. And so you want to win the next game. So no disrespect, I love that. So don't Twitter that out now. It's like, because I love Jamie family, the whole game. So that's not slight, but you want to win the game. The greatest bowl experience is victory. It's not the ring. The watch is going to break. I still got my blue line bowls sweat from 1980. I got them all. Got every T-shirt, got every hat. I sit there and collect dust. If I go up and tell you some games, in fact, I just mentioned one I didn't like. Because you remember to me the ultimate is the game experience. It's going to be a lot of. It's nice to get the reward, but ultimately, as a program and as a competitor, it's about the game, and you just want to get prepared, give yourself a chance to go win. There's always the issues, and now you got the layoffs. You see sloppy football when you go into these kind of games, kicking, you get sloppy turnovers. There's some things we've kind of been decent at, and so you want to stay sharp. You don't want to over-practice your football team, but we need to have a good show. We need to go play football because we want to keep building. And like I said, we're not happy just to be there. It's just a great opportunity to keep building, and we want to max that out.
Kevin, is there a definitive number of practices that you're allowed?
No, and it's not, we're right now under a 20-hour rule, which with coaches on the road recruiting. We practiced today for an hour and a half, and that's kind of stretched. It's with the non-padded stuff, and I say we had 30 guys not do anything. I've been just got to stand around and watch. So we'll go through this next week in the lifting mode, a lot of academic work, got a day or two of yoga, kind of always good, straight, keep moving. We'll practice next Friday a little bit. We got our banquet next Friday night. Kind of an open house deal we do. It's always kind of a neat little event for families. So we got banquet next Friday night. Tied in the recruiting weekend. We'll practice next weekend. We got another home basketball game. Those are always great weekends. So, next week is going to be like this week. We'll get the old guys doing more. We gave you a little break. We come back lifting and keeping our body weights and conditioning right. Exam week, we just got, look at the sketch because we got, those are critical times. Just I don't know how much that fall in a week. Then we get into that weekend. Last day of exams is Friday the 18th, the 18th, 19th, 20th, 21st. That 21st is the Monday of game week. So we'll practice probably that weekend kind of good. And we'll probably start traveling Monday or Tuesday. That's not been determined yet. We'll get up there and then kind of have some stuff there. But probably get a lot of development work, a lot of guys getting right, and then we'll do a lot of preparation at the end of finals and that weekend prior to going up there. And then we'll have game week, but it'll be modified. Just logistics. You got to travel on buses in New York City to go practice. It's not easy. And so where do you practice? When do you practice? Because that all leads to, to your team being fresh or not fresh. So you got to practice hard, you got to practice smart. And there's a lot of dynamics. And now you go in the largest city in the world, or I guess it was, I think so. You go all those dynamics, and you got a lot of moving parts there. So
do you have a chance to get some guys back that you hadn't had at the end
Yeah, I
of the
think
season?
so. Like Danny Friend's out there going, Andre Brown's going, hey, we'll see. You know, I mean, some of those guys have been hurt long enough that they could get medical. Like Danny Friend could actually be medical and get medical, and you could go a 6 year. I don't know if guys want to play college football 6 years, especially when you're lifting and squatting and running and all seasons and all that. So, you know, we'll talk to some of those guys. But there were some guys doing more today than they were as we went, and hopefully we can practice and continue to improve our toughness and do the things you need to as a football team, but also not get injured and be as complete as we can, and maybe more complete toward the end of the year. Jordan Howard had a knee scope, you know, and had it when we were trying to go through the game, and then the deal was we thought we might could go through Purdue and scoping, and then getting back to the bowl game. Well, when he came in Maryland, we just sped it up. We'll see what his timeline is. I don't know anything about that. The thought process would be he could. At the same time, you know, he's a great player. A lot of things to consider. So we'll be smart there. We showed them other backs. You guys don't talk about it, but the line and tight ends got a lot good. That helps the running game. So the runners are good. We ran good. You know, there's a lot of consistency with our group too, though. You know what I'm saying? So we want to keep the defenses, got to keep getting better. You know, we got to keep moving the offense and young guys. That's kind of what we're doing.
What was the,
Shoot.
a long time ago when you built your first staff here, you talked about bringing in guys with experience programs that regularly won. You talked about how active the schedule is going to be for the next couple of weeks. You got recruiting, you got finals and stuff. How much does it help to have, I guess, the staff and a lot of assistants that are very familiar with the whole process?
Well, you know, we're playing a team that's been there now several years, more used to it. Now our staff has, it's going to be, you know, part of like our guys are recruiting. And when they left today, their iPads were booted up, they got videos and start looking at it. But again, if you can get ready to play one of the top 10 teams in the country in 3 or 4 days, you think in a couple weeks you get ready to play someone else. So sometimes in bowl games you can overcoach, overpractice, overdo it. I mean, so we're kind of routine oriented, but I kind of like it. I kind of like, you know, riding around on playing last week and figuring, okay, if we're doing a calendar, what are our lift days, what are our practice days, when are we traveling, and you got bowl events you put in there, but it was kind of nice because it's been a couple years since that happened. It was a good feeling sitting on a plane and kind of figuring that schedule out again.
You talked about some prospects out there, seeing you guys play on national TV, and we're pretty receptive to you. How's the reception been on the recruiting trail since you won the last two?
It's been good. It was good before. We went out with the date week. I mean, we've got a number of kids just visited this week. You look at who they've been offered by, or who they were committed to, or who they are committed to. I don't know what commitment means anymore. To me, recruiting's going to start on January 15th. That's going to be a free for all. And right now, it's just, I guess recruiting, we'll just give you guys a chance to fill up all your block spaces. You know, but on the 15th is real. You know, and that's why we need an early signing day and get kids locked in. But, you know, we've been very, very well received. And our deals, we just got to make sure we continue to target, not highlight tapes, but kids that can represent our school the right way, be good students, and make it here, and also play high-end football in the Big Ten East.
What kind of conversations do you have with Fred about possible contract extension? I mean, is that something you talk to Fred about? Is that something you
Yeah,
talk about?
I have an agent that does that, so I haven't discussed it.
You got it
I
down.
mean, they'll look at that. It's kind of, we just got to be prudent, practicing, keep going.
Have you used that on the recruiting trail? Is that something you can kind of remind kids?
Well, I mean, it helps in recruiting that they know you're going to be in place. So, I mean, it's always something, but, you know, that's not my decision, it's the administration's. Like I say, our deal is we keep trying to do everything we can to make the team better every day, and whether it's program development, academic development, or right now recruiting. So we just keep slugging at it. We've got a great group of guys. They've shown the last couple of years they can recruit pretty good. And we're having more slightly, it's not like we've done anything great, but we're having more slightly, more moderate success. And there's a good vibe, and we're just trying to use that momentum and kind of just keep landing. And but hopefully we finish every year very, very strong. We start very, very slow. We don't push commitments. We try to build relationships that last and stick. Look, I mean, last year I believe we lost 2 kids that were committed and signed 9 kids that were committed somewhere else. And we don't negatively recruit. We just keep recruiting. We try to build relationships that show the education opportunity, the program opportunity, and what we're trying to build. And we're going to keep doing that. So this staff is showing that we'll recruit well, and we're going to keep doing that. But stability is going to be huge. Winning is huge. and stability is huge in what you're trying to get done.
You kind of downplay, go back to North Carolina and play Wake Forest. So what does it mean for you to go against Duke, your old rival?
Yeah, that's a good deal because, say, I'm not playing it, years ago, it's just, I've been fortunate to be in places and it's the same deal. I got a chance a few years ago, a guy took me to a Carolina Duke basketball game. And I'm a Carolina guy, but, we had a chance, this guy was a huge Duke alumni guy, he was an Oklahoma person we had, and he took Coach Stoops and myself, Mr. Castiglione, the AD, and we got a chance to tour like Krzyzewskiville, go to Coach K's office and see the facilities, and if they won, we were going to get a chance to go and lock them after the game. And even I'm a Carolina guy, I go, this is like cool now. I mean, I'm all in. I want to go see Coach K and these guys because I appreciate how great that program is and how great that coach is. I respect it. And so I got a lot of respect for Duke, what it is at school, and what Coach Cutcliffe has done is one of the premier jobs in the country. And everybody talks about the jobs people have done. It's no accident what he's done, and it's going to be a strong test. But I got a lot of respect for their program. That's to me what rivals are about. You're fortunate to have someone that's very, very good that you respect. And they're not going to be our rival like it was when I was at Carolina. But again, I've got a ton of respect for that school. It was 8 miles away. It's pretty neat, pretty cool. Great place.
The jobs that's been done at Duke and North Carolina in the last few years, has that given you confidence that you can get it done here in Indiana?
What's that now?
The way that the Duke and North Carolina have turned their football programs around, is that something that you've emphasized here, that there's no excuse that Indiana would be in a basketball school like those two?
Yeah, and I never have, agreed or disagreed or said, to me, if you're a great school, you got to be great at a lot of things. That's the thing. Having played at Carolina, I mean, we were top 10 2 years and top 20 the 2 years I was there. I think we're 30, I think we're 37 and 37 and 9 in my time. We won 3 bowl games and lost my last bowl game in Florida State. We beat Texas, Arkansas, and Texas in bowl games. It was really playing Lawrence Taylor and some dudes that were dudes, guys. It was legit. You got Michael Jordan, James Worthy walking around. I mean, it was a cool time. Davis Love's right there playing golf. I played golf with Jack Nicklaus Jr. To me, the Carolina was a great place, as is Duke, as is Indiana, and great places all attract great people. And there's no reason we got facilities we shouldn't attract enough great football people to be a competitive team. And I think our recruiting has shown we've done that, because I think that's why we were so consistent this year. We recruited enough bodies that now match up. That we're not where we want to be, but we've gotten to where we're competitive enough to play competitive, decent football. And we want to keep pushing that to make that more winning football. And so, I respect, I just don't know if I compare other places to this place. I think every place is different. I just always expected and thought that we could and should be successful. And it's difficult, it's challenging, it's a fight, but every day's a fight. At every place, Oklahoma was a fight every day. You're fighting every day. Energy, enthusiasm, organization. You're fighting every day to build a culture. And right now, we've got a good culture downstairs in that locker room. That's why those kids play pretty good. It's a pretty good culture now. I have a lot of respect for those kids. Anything else?
Duke's kind of taking a similar arc this season as you guys. They started off hot and had a little bit of a losing streak and won that season. How much has that done for you guys to kind of win a couple going into the bowl?
Well, again, from the bowl opportunity, the energy of that, the practice opportunities, and recruiting, no doubt. And ultimately, for me, I get a chance again to keep working with some kids and look at some guys I got a lot of respect for, and kind of go out on a positive note. Like I told those kids a couple weeks back, win, lose, or draw, they have the ultimate place in my heart, spirit for what they have done. Just the way they continue to embrace our values and come to work every day. So they're coming in now. It's a great group of men. But just, it's kind of helps recruiting. It's going to help the off season. I think having a good bowl experience, Alex even builds on that even more. But ultimately, just there's some kids that have given so much, just to give them a chance to just have a little bit more self-esteem and self-confidence. Because that's a great group of guys. And I'm going to flip it over and give it to you. Yes, sir.
Sorry, whenever we're talking about, I guess the last 5 years bowl games, one of the things you talk about in the community a little bit here is young guys getting those extra practices. The ones that maybe aren't going to play this year, or redshirt or whatever. I mean, how much more can they get out of this?
It's huge. I mean, we're making recruiting decisions right now based on looking at practice. That comment was made today. Where are you going this week? I'm going to X school. Why? well, if this guy ain't ready, I need to go get me one of those, whether it be high school or junior college. So it gives you an opportunity to build your team, it gives you an opportunity to eval your team, it gives you, I mean, when you have a recruiting weekend, and you got kids at practice, I mean, that's lights out. We haven't had that. That's lights out. Shoot, the last couple days, we had the state 8th grade championships for, I think, Illinois, Wisconsin, maybe Michigan, Indiana. They were playing up there. They have those kids on campus and a team around that was kind of cool. So again, the young guy practice is valuable. And again, we've been trying to improve about those practices. And so like a lot of people's last football, our previous last football day was, what was last Saturday? Was it the 28th? So now our last football day will be December 26th. That's basically 30 more days without overdoing it of football development. That's huge. All right. Thanks, guys.
That's good.